Well, hello. Today's no agenda or any target whatsoever. There are few ideas written in my diary which I had seen or witnessed since the morning. First was it's started with a rainy day. What I love the most about winters, and you enjoy the best when you can feel it, but when you're cozy. And I was in a very similar position. I was driving on the road which was so much favorite or close to my heart. It's lush green and there are no crossings or traffic signals whatsoever. You just forget about brakes, clutch, accelerator. Yes, you cannot forget, definitely. I mean, the rules or the ways of driving is so smooth, you forget about all the cliches of those driving and you enjoy it. As I reached office, it was a usual day with greeting all my colleagues. It was quite winterish and I did took a long walk. Now after about 1 hour in which I didn't wasted my time, I wasted using it to listen to the lectures which I had done even while coming to office. Today it was the speech of Ted Roosevelt. I haven't searched about him yet. From his name, it seems like he's the son of Frederick D. Roosevelt, the 35th US President. He was the US President during the time of World War, those era, even before it. T.J. Walker told about Ted Roosevelt that he's so much passionate about his speaking and that he once he was delivering his speech and the booklet was quite thick and someone shot the bullet at him and it did penetrate through that notebook and hit him. Thankfully, those notes were so thick that it somehow inhibited the speed of bullet and it didn't hit him to the extent of casualty. He was saved. But the interesting part was he's so much passionate and means it that he was in blood. His clothes was stained. It was quite visible from the audience, but he continued with his story, he continued with his speech. So, such kind of passion you need from your end. This is the energy, this is what your principles are. At least I would have continued if this light had gone or there was some disturbance, I would have continued. But to the extent that I have been hit by a bullet, still I continue, that means something. Today's target is not to use filler words like I mean, I think, it's like, because when we use those words, it relieves our brain from thinking about those words which exactly describe those situations. As I had heard in a lecture, it said that in some culture, probably in Russia or some tribe in Africa, there are around 7 to 12 words of word blue, different shades of blue, and those people were able to recognize those different shades by just looking at them. Similarly, for green, they had just two words, or probably there was just one word. They couldn't differentiate between the green color. It was just a single shade for them, no matter what, be it parrot leaf or the leaf of rose, which you can easily distinguish it's white on the darker side. So your vocabulary, your uh, capability to differentiate between situations, your emotion, and exactly to what extent it is it suits to the situation, your capability to uh, comprehend the situation increases manifold. So there is a direct relationship between the words you know and what you perceive, how much you understand by seeing someone interact, by seeing someone speak, or what the scenario in is right now. So you are able to discern between those things which earlier you didn't notice. So there is a relationship which you earlier ignored. So always try to work upon your vocabulary skills, so that English is such a rich language, and when I appreciate English, it doesn't means I want to deride other languages. Every language has its pros and cons, strong points. Since we are talking about English and how it has expanded and almost touched most lands of the earth, and the reason behind it is definitely those lobbying is a different thing. I don't want to go into the political context of that. Apart from that, it is so dynamic that all the time experts keep looking for the events, situations, and how dynamics of the world is changing, and if there's some event or say public emotions attached with it. So everyone has a different view of uh, engaging that thing, and as per the needs, new words are added to the dictionary every year. I haven't got the data, maybe next time I'll come with it. So, more and more you are able to describe a situation exactly, a single word that can tell that he came with so much expectation, that he came with request, he came with anger, he came with command, he came with shyness, right? Will you simply he came and said that? No, you use those words, you make your words powerful, make it count, every word count. Try to trim out any extra details which are not at all required. The target is not to compress your speech, but rather to make it more meaningful and have a flow in it, so that people can realize where you are going to and they are not lost in between. Neither you bore them to the extent that they think, okay, I think I can check my email. And it comes with practice. Today in TJ Walker course, there's one very good speaker you must have heard. He's very good bookseller. He's not a bookseller. I mean, his books found a great success in the self-help section. His name is Tony Robbins. I call it, and Tony Robbins, a huge guy in reality. I mean, you don't get to see his stature in the online videos, but once he's seen on stage, you can guess how giant he is. He definitely looks like the force of nature when he says so, and his points are more about transforming your way of thinking by you're inspired or motivated to do something. So in his lecture, which he delivered in 2012 in some TED event somewhere, it was titled as Why We Do What We Do. So there were 6 different headers in which he tried to figure out the reasons behind anyone's motivations or force to achieve something. First was he wanted to feel significant, he wanted to feel important, then emotions, success, certainty. So these are various things, and it depends what force makes the limelight or the force or relevance in your case. Keeping those things in mind, we hold back ourselves or move towards that direction. It all depends. So this is how things are. If you just leave it like that, nothing is going to happen. At least, and from yesterday I decided, if I try to target on too many things at the same time, not even a single goal can be achieved. So more important and more effective idea would be to work on one problem at a single time. our target today was not to use the filler words, not to use the filler words like I, you, this is the target we'll be working on all these days, beat any, until I see a major improvement in it. And I don't stop in between because I'm running out of vocabulary. It's because I'm not clear in my mind myself. So that habit of thinking fast while I'm speaking is something that needs to be developed over time. And I'm quite sure I'll make it happen. Taking the lessons from the greatest Olympian of all time, Michael Phelps, he said he worked 6 hours every day, no matter what. Be it his birthday, even if he's in fever, he worked on it. Because he said, even if I leave it for one day, I'll go 2 days back. And it's watersheds on my continuous efforts. So on his path we'll work, and let's challenge ourselves. Never before it has happened, but this time it will happen. Thank you.